And Keith, this is a tragic story on so many levels. Last night at 7:30, a 13-year-old boy was shot and killed, and police say it was one of his friends who shot him. We talked to two of the friends who were inside that house right there when this all transpired. And I just want to warn you, some of their descriptions about what occurred last night are very graphic.
I never seen nothing like this in my life at all. I never had no one die in my arms. It's hard.
Police say 13-year-old Marquell Banks was shot dead by 18-year-old Science Burress. They were both hanging out inside this house on Porter Street with friends when the friends say Burress accidentally fired off his gun.
He was like, yo, I shot little bro by accident, man. I shot little bro by accident. I looked at the TV and I see brains and stuff on the TV, and him right here looking at me. He had this guy jammed and started helping him. Like, I didn't know what else to do. Like.
Today, the two friends who were there when it happened were visibly grieving and in pain as they cleaned up the crime scene.
Lil Quelly always looked up to me and Chris that's in the house. He always looked up to us. He always wanted to be around us. So, and he just wanted to chill with us that day. So I feel like if I would have told him to just go somewhere else and instead of hanging with us, it wouldn't happen.
Neither can believe Burress would do something like this.
After this happened, he texted me and said, call me, I'm about to come to the police station. And then he said, how am I gonna live with this? How am I gonna live with that? So I know he cared for this little man.
That's what Science Burress texted you last night.
Uh-huh.
As for Marquell's family, they're grieving over a life cut far too short.
He was just a fun-loving kid, always into sports, was never into the streets. Good student. So he didn't deserve this. No child deserves this.
Marquell's family said he had dreamed of being an NBA star one day. Sadly, they will never realize that dream that he had. Now, the man who's charged in his murder, Science Burress, he is behind bars being held on $2 million bond. And tonight, the two friends who were here where the 13-year-old was shot and killed, they'll be holding a vigil at 8 o'clock for his friends and family to gather and remember the boy they say they loved so very much. Reporting live in New Haven, Allie Reed, News 8.
The victim of that shooting was only in the 7th grade.
His classmates met with grief counselors today, and some local parents tell us this tragedy will be extremely difficult for the community to get through. With more on that part of our coverage, we go live to News 8's Annie Rourke, who is also live in New Haven this evening. Annie?
Keith and Ann, this was Marquell Banks' stomping ground. This was his school, Fairhaven Middle School. As you said, he was in just 7th grade here, and news of his death spread quickly, but no one here really knows quite how to handle it. Fairhaven Middle School on Grand Avenue, New Haven is kindergarten through 8th grade, so this affects friends, other students, and kids way too young to be dealing with something like this.
Look at the world we live in, look at the neighborhood we live in, but I mean, what can you do at this point right now, but try to take it one day at a time and try to keep your kids from getting, having the same fate.
The school did have grief counselors on hand today to try to help students deal with the sudden shock of this tragedy. Marquell was just 13 years old, and in 7th grade, he was shot in the head, apparently by an acquaintance, with a sawed-off shotgun on Sunday night. Now, it did not happen in this neighborhood in Fairhaven, but because the family is from here, it really hits home, especially for parents whose kids go to this school as well. Again, Marquell was 13 years old, but he was hanging out with 17 and 18-year-olds when this happened. It is not yet clear how he knew those other boys.
Parents just need to watch out, for their kids and, be more aware of what type of activities their kids are involved with and who they're hanging out with, because you never know,
Now, we're told that most of the time Marquell could be found here in Fairhaven, but he did have some family over in the West River section of the city near El Agrasso Boulevard, and that may explain why he was found hanging out over there. Live in New Haven.